Hello, welcome to Machine Learning Journey. This is lecture 4 of our ML series. In this lecture, we will discuss about types of ML, what are the different types of machine learning, and we will discuss about how human learns or like how a newborn baby learns. Then in the end, I will take an example of YouTube recommendation shorts, how that uses different types of learning to give you best content on the YouTube shorts, like the content you like most for a specific user, like personalized reels. So how do they do it or how algorithm do that? We will discuss about that with the understanding of different types of machine learning. So starting with that, now we will first understand how human or how human or newborn baby learns. So how human learns. So now let's say we have one task, we have one newborn baby, and we need to teach about something about a cat and dog, and we need to teach that to identify how cat looks and how dog looks. So the task will be, we will give one image and we will ask them whether it is a cat or dog. So this we need to teach one newborn baby. So newborn baby has no knowledge of the world. He has not seen anything yet. So we need to teach them. So what you will do is you will take one example of cat and one example of dog. So you know that this is cat and this is dog. Now you will teach the baby that this is how cat looks and this is how dog looks. So now the baby will learn, okay, this is cat and this is dog. Now you will ask questions. Let's say you ask the question this, what it is, whether it is a cat or a dog, can baby identifies? Of course, you can identify this is a dog, but it will be very difficult for a baby to identify whether it is a cat or dog because why? Because it has not seen, baby has not seen the previously this kind of dog. It is of course dog, but has not seen previously this kind of dog with a black color in the background changes. So now what is the issue? We have trained or we have taught them with only one example. That's the issue. So what needs to be done? We need to create one data which covers almost all the cat, how cat looks, different cat looks, and different kind of dogs, how they looks. Brown can be there, white can be there, black can be there, black cat also can be there, white can be there, brown also can there. Now the baby will identify different uh, features or different things or attributes. So cat, how cat ears looks, how cat eyes looks, how cat dog, how ears of dog looks, how their tongue always open sometimes or sometimes not. So this kind of features baby will identify and will learn the differentiation between cat and dog. So this is how uh, machine learning works. You give some set of examples, a data set with a valid ground truth, which is a label, which is a output. Label is output. So you create the data and then you train a machine to learn from that. That is how machine learning works. So what kind of that learning is? You have a input, you have output also. So that kind of learning is supervised learning. The machine learning, there are different types. One is supervised learning, one is unsupervised learning, and one is reinforcement learning. One more is there, which is semi-supervised learning. But mainly we will understand these three. Okay, so whatever I have discussed here, this what it can be, it is a supervised learning. Why it is so? Because model training is done with the help of label data. I have already explained label means output. So you have X, which is a feature, you have Y, which is output. You know that initially. This combines a valid data. Now you teach model to learn from this data and predict in future about a new image, whether it is a cat or a dog or whatever the classification is, or maybe regression also. We will understand about the types of supervised learning also and what it is. So till here, we understood how human learns with different features of attributes from a cat image or dog image, or it can be something else, but I'm taking this example. Now, what are types of machine learning? Supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning. In supervised learning, what happens is we have ground truth labels, we have input features, uh, we know this is the complete data. We need to train the model to identify what is the differentiating factors between different input features so that I can reach the ground truth. For example, if you give an image of cat, model identifies that cat eyes looks slightly different from dog eyes, so it can catch that eyes. So okay, so this is how it identifies it. I try to identify different features and it knows the ground truth. Model tries to bring the some pattern, okay, from the input features so that it can predict the output. This is how supervised learning. In unsupervised learning, what it is like you have a data, full data you have, but you want to know some pattern inside this data, complete data. Some data points are there. You want to know what is the pattern behind it. So with that, can machine identify that pattern? So you give inputs, model, and it tries to detect the patterns or cluster, or it tries to group the data. So this is unsupervised learning. Here you don't give any output. Y is absent. You just have input. You have input as a complete data. You just try to figure out what can be the pattern in this data. For example, in the credit card recommendations, uh, companies has lots of data, lots of users data. Now they want to cluster the group, and they want to figure out that what kind of people fall in one category, which may take the credit card if we approach them. It is not possible to approach each and every individual. So whatever the data they have, let's say they have 1,000 customers. Out of 1,000, they are capable of contacting, let's say, 50 people. So now they want to differentiate on the basis of data itself. They don't know what is the ground truth. If they know what is the ground truth, then they will directly call them. But they don't know. They don't want to figure out the patterns on the basis of their location, their salary, their past data about a credit card, their some scores, their loans, everything they have, but they don't know what is the pattern. So they train a machine learning models to figure out the pattern from that data. This is how unsupervised learning is. In the reinforcement learning, uh, it's a simple idea, whereas you have, let's suppose you have a dog, pet dog, and you want to teach a behavior of shaking hand. You have dog and you want to teach behavior of shake hand. Okay, now whenever you ask your dog shake hands, and if it doesn't shakes hand, then you will not give any reward, no reward. And if it shakes the hand, then you will give some reward, some food, okay, some freedom or some fruit, food. So this is how reward system works. The feedback, this is a dog listens, shake hands words, then it do some actions. On the basis of actions, we reward them. Then it goes back to the dog's minds. Okay, when I do this action particularly, I get the reward. When I do this action particularly, I don't get reward. So it learns from that event, and then eventually he knows that what needs to be done when my owner says shake hands. So this is how reinforcement learning works. In semi-supervised, which I told, we will discuss in uh, self-supervised learning or semi-supervised learning. Say the chat GPT LLMs are trained on the entire internet data, all the text data, let's say, if I consider, then who has created the ground truth for the data? No one has that labeled data. Okay, so what GPT models do is, first they will create the labels itself, self-supervised. It is known as self-supervised. Why it is so? Because it first creates the label. For example, the capital of India is You know that in the text token, in the text, there is a New Delhi is there. New Delhi is there, but you want to hide this New Delhi, and now ask model to predict the next word. And then if it predicts Jaipur, it is wrong. Then you penalty, give some penalty. And then when it predicts New Delhi, you give it right. Yeah, it is correct. So this is how self-supervised learning works when you have unlabeled data, but you first create the label with some kind of technique like masking or hiding some words like that. And then you train the model. That is self-supervised learning. So mainly you remember this three: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Supervised learning, you have input, you have output pairs, you train them. Unsupervised learning, you have data, complete data you have. Now you want to figure out some patterns, you want to cluster some, you want to figure out some grouping. So you use unsupervised learning. There it is a example of unsupervised learning. Reinforcement learning is like reward and penalty. If action is done by some model, and if you external human review says it is wrong, then there is a penalty. If it is right, that is a some reward. For example, in the while using chat gpt, sometimes it asks which response is correct, response 1 and response 2. So if you select one of the response, let's say you select response 2, so on the basis of that, it decides what kind of content next time I need to generate in what structure way. Maybe response 2 may contain some images, response 1 may contain some diagrams. So user prefers response 2. So next time it will generate response 2 type of content. Like that, this is how reinforcement learning works. Now, in the end, I will like discuss one thing. That is YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, anything. YouTube Shorts recommendation. Okay. So let's say this is short one in your feed. Short one is like video. A small video is a short. This is short two. This is short three. This is aligned. Okay. Now this is your feed, and first you scroll this goes, then you scroll this, then you scroll this, then you scroll this. Now what I want to say is, I want to like make you understand is, in the recommendation system, what kind of learning is there, like whatever the algorithm is trained, how it is trained. So see, on the YouTube there are so many millions of videos are there, millions of shorts are there, and even millions of shorts are uploaded every day. So how they will filter that which content needs to be shown to user X and which content needs to be shown to user Y. Let's say there are two different users. So on the basis of that, they use unsupervised learning to club the same kind of content together. For example, if there are, let's say, 10 videos they have on YouTube, and they apply unsupervised learning on these 10 videos, and they cluster that these three videos are funny, these three videos are emotional, these three videos are neutral, let's say, or and this is there can be more classification. Okay. Now let's say, so this emotional funny, this classification division of content, this what kind of learning it is? It is unsupervised, because you don't have any ground truth. You just want to find the patterns on the basis of content so that you can divide it into groups. Now, when you scroll S1 reel and it is a funny, if S1 is funny and you like it, so what this like is one of the signal to algorithm. It is a signal to algorithm that user liked it, X user liked it. So what it will do is, it will try to give another shot of funny bucket. Okay. If S2 you liked it again, then it will try to give you S3, which is again funny. But let's say next time you don't like it, or you don't spend much time on it, you just scroll it within a second, then algorithm understand that this kind of funny reels is not good for X user. So it will again divide it into further categories. In the unsupervised learning also, it is a complete tree. Each bucket is divided into specific fun related to what? Is it related to clips of videos of particular actor, or is it related to some actress? Is it for actor also? What kind of actor? Is it Hollywood or Bollywood? So this complete division of content is done with unsupervised learning. But to track and to change the next recommended video or next recommended shot, it uses reinforcement learning. It takes the signals of number of times you watch that shot, you liked it or not, you did some comment. If you did some comment, what kind of comment it is, are you engaging or not? If you are engaged, then it will give you similar content. If you're not engaged, it will try to change something else on the basis of your previous signals. So likewise, it is a reinforcement learning also. The first step is unsupervised learning, where it groups the data. Then reinforcement learning, where it gives the signals and try to give you best content which you love most. It is good or bad, depends on you, your health, but it is like how algorithm works. And thanks a lot for listening. If you have any doubt, please give a comment. I will try to reply. And mainly in this lecture, just remember three types of machine learning are there: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. And supervised, we have X and Y both. In unsupervised, you have only X. You try to figure out patterns. Reinforcement learning is a reward and penalty. If model takes correct action, reward. If model takes wrong action, penalty. This reward and penalty is given by human also. In advanced, it can be LLM also. Another LLM giving act as a judge. It is little advanced, but it's fine. Just remember these three types of machine learning. And yeah, thanks a lot. And I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, please give a comment.